Now, when I said last episode that I just knew somewhere deep down this season was going to be super interesting of South by Sudvest, I so far have not been disappointed. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode. This is South by Sudvest. I am Mr. Cellophane. Make sure you hit that like button and drop a comment down below as to what you thought your season predictions were going to be. I mentioned that at the end of the last episode. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say, and I'd love to hear what your opinions are of the new tactic that we rolled out last time, because we have stuck with it. But the transfer window is shut. It's the 5th of September in game 2026, and this is Patrick Schmidt. He is a 32-year-old target forward striker, and he fits a job. He's just one of those guys that you just know is going to put himself in the position that he needs to be in to make sure the team succeeds. Now, he has not yet played a game with us because we did pick him up on deadline day. This is another one of those players that for years we were looking at that had absolutely no interest of being a member of this squad, but all of a sudden here in season 4 they want to be at ELVERSBERG. And I think this guy is going to do a fantastic job for us, and we got him for free. Now, why did we need him? Because, well, we've sold Kai Brunker to Grunter Fürth. At the time, we started getting offers for him, about 30 grand, and we were just rejecting them outright. His value was somewhere at the top end of his range at the time was 110,000 euros. So as they kept coming back with new offers, they kept getting closer and closer to that number. They were up in like the 70,000 range. So I said, fine, you know what? Give me 250. That's it. They negotiated back, raising it up a little bit, adding bonuses and things like that, which were fine, which raised the total value. When they finally got it up to 185,000 for a player worth 115, I kind of could not say no. Broker was getting older, very serviceable for us, had picked up a pair of goals in the matches that he played for us here at ELVERSBERG this season, was very good, and even helped inform our tactical decision to use this particular target forward role in our system. But we just could not say no to the money for a player that was on the back side of his career. So obviously we got in Patrick Schmidt, who was much, much cheaper. Now, he is the only one of these guys that was actually a sale. Everybody else is a development loan. A bunch of guys going to Stuttgarter Kickers, which is our affiliate. Alexander Schaefer is at Greifswald. I'm not sure where they are located exactly. They are in Germany. They are a semi-professional club in the German regional league, so good for him. He's going to get some playing time there. Christian Tiefenbrunner is at Dietkirchen, which I believe is in our little regional league, so he's getting better experience than he had last year. Manfred Hector spent last season with us, but also on loan at Saarbrücken. You remember Saarbrücken had already been relegated down into the 4th tier of football at that point of the German pyramid. But now he is with FSV Zwickau in the Dritte Liga. So he is getting experience at a much higher level than he had before. And Ramazan Agun is off to Gonschenheim. Again, another one of the regional leagues in the 4th tier here in Germany. Now, this isn't just the only part that has been excited. I'm going to take you to the medical center, and this is a screen that I have never used before. First off, I love this. The injury history. This is a very cool setup, just saying. But this gives us more of the information of what we are looking for. And as you can see, the injury bug has hit us quite a bit. Now, ignore everybody from Robin Feldhauer down. It lists all the players that have had injuries, or, well, just lists all the players. These guys have not had an injury yet this season. But we've had some niggling things. Aaron Manu out for 2 days. Florian Ballas out for a couple of days. Joshua Mies, Carlos Zickinger for 3. Buhar Bashiri for 3. Now, this is all small stuff that doesn't necessarily keep them out of matches, but it does get bigger. Rafael Adieli has been out for 5 days. He's going to be out for a little bit more. We talked about him in the last episode. Samir Shaheen was out for a week at some point. Darkhan Akhmedov out for about a week and a half. Carligero Rizzuto, he picked himself up is this an ankle injury? A damaged foot. He should be back in about a week or so, but he's been out for, I was expected to be out for 9 days. Moritz Ruffing out for 3 weeks. Now, he was just a backup option, so NBD, but Lars Gindorf, a starter, 3 weeks. Dominic Martinovic, 4 weeks. That's 2 separate injuries he suffered, by the way. Starting goalkeeper Tim Boss, we talked about him in the last episode because he missed the season premiere. He's out for 4 weeks. Lucas Schnellbacher, another striker, gone for 4 weeks, and Yannick Rochelt, our starting left center midfielder, also out for a combination of 4 weeks. So we have had to kind of mix and match things a little bit, and we have done so rather successfully. Last episode, we started off the season with a 0-0 draw on the road to Fortuna Dusseldorf. Then we hosted Ingolstadt, newly promoted Ingolstadt, back into the Zweite Bundesliga, and we absolutely destroyed them. Now, they were predicted to finish ahead of us in the league this year, and we just absolutely spanked them every way till Sunday. Yannick Rochelt, this is before the injury, picked up a goal in the 15th minute. The pair of goals by Kai Brunker, we already talked about those, and Buhar Bashiri added a goal as well because he was making the start up front because, again, no Schnellbacher and no Martinovic. We followed that up with our first round in the DFB Pokal on the road against Minnow Tevrin. 7-0. Fully rotated side down to our goalkeeper. Well, relatively fully rotated side, I should say. David Mutter got the start in goal. It was Holmes, Manu, and Ballas as our back three. Akhmedov and Mies on the wings. Hector, Henrich, and Zentner in the midfield with Brunker and Bashiri up top. And Florian Ballas got everything started with a corner goal in the 11th minute. Bashiri added his second of the year. Akhmedov had a pair, which was absolutely out of the blue, including one where he just became way open with just the goalie to beat on the left side. We did a beautiful job working the ball around the box. A pair of penalties converted by Paul Henrich and Robin Zentner even adding one. So that moved us on to round two. By the way, we are taking on Borussia Mönchengladbach. I guarantee you that is going to be the live commentary for next episode because we are going up against one of the absolute big boys. Then we beat Wien Wiesbaden. Got this monkey off of our backs. Manuel File converted a penalty 12 minutes in, so far 3 for 3 on the penalties this year, but our nemesis, Ivan Patayan, scoring in the 33rd minute to equalize, but Samir Shaheen picked up a goal in minute number 64 to give us the 2-2 win. Now, things have kind of equalized a little bit. We drew 2-2 against Hamburg. Now, we did try to kind of shut things down a little bit towards the end of this one, but Bilal Yalshikaya was able to break through in the 86th minute. So we led 2-0. We coughed up that 2-0 lead. We went to our safer version of the tactic for that, and it just did not work out. And then we lost our first and only match of the season so far. A pretty even affair through most accounts. A same number of shots on goal. Looking at the match momentum, it kind of was very roller coastery. It went our way, it went their way. Cedric Tushirt got the scoring started. Joshua Eze, beautiful header, made it 2-0 for Nuremberg. We were able to charge back, get one back from Joshua Mies in the 71st minute. He was playing left back, I believe, is when he came in. However, it was just not enough. Now, the one thing to note here, this was the return of Tim Boss. But as you can see, we started Brunker and Martinovic, fine. But Henrich, Fellhauer starting in the midfield. He's kind of been a stalwart on the bench. You remember we stripped him of the full captaincy. He's now vice captain because he just was not getting the playing time we needed him to. Zentner also on the back line. So we have not been playing with a full lineup this entire time. And then we took on Hertha Berlin. It was at home. We didn't score, but then again, neither did they. We put Schreiber back in goal because, frankly, his performance this season has just been too good. He's given up 3 goals in 5 appearances, kept clean, 3 clean sheets in those 5. I'd like to get his passing up a little bit more. I mean, we are booting the ball quite a bit. 28 clearances already, but a 7.28 rating for the 23-year-old who was not expected to be our starter and didn't even see any playing time last year. Well, that's pretty darn special. We're sticking with the 5-3-2 that has worked so well. The super attacking, I mean, we're just on a positive mentality, but a lot of attacking guys going here. Now, we do have to make some changes because Rafael Adieli is unavailable. Yannick Rochelt, though, is back. Martinovic is back. We are going to get Patrick Schmidt the start. Bashiri has been excellent, but let's give him a little bit of a break. Max Schreiber is going to come in at goal. Tim Boss is going to be on the bench. Remember, when we re-signed Boss to his most recent contract, we signed him as a backup with backup money, so it's not bad. So our midfield is back to the way it was with Samir Shaheen, Gindorf, and Rochelt. Akhmedov is going to remain on the left-hand side. Rizzuto still recovering from that injury we just talked about. Manuel Feil is going to be on the right. We're taking on Holstein Kiel, who's currently in 13th place in the league. By the way, we are 7th on 9 points after 5 matches. Well, 5 matches. 5 matches in the league. Either way, we are having a very good season, and we are currently a top-of-the-table team. Fellhauer's going to come in the middle in place of Adieli. It's going to be Ballas and Zickinger on either side of him. Schmidt's going to be making his debut next to Dominik Martinovic. Hopefully, Martinovic will start to score again because he's on one of those where it's been like 7 hours since he scored a goal, which is generally uncharacteristic of him. He should be a goal every 45 to 60 minute type player, and right now obviously that is not what we are getting from him. A 4-3-3 coming at us from Holstein Kiel. We are on the road for this one, so beautiful Kiel, Germany is the setting as we look to get started and continue this absolutely brilliant start to our season. And we are going to have the ball first, and immediately Shaheen turns it over. Bernardson stepping in front of that one, but Rochelt will take it back. So I'm not overly concerned. It's one of those opening highlights that we just know is ultimately going to be okay and not really lead to any kind of major problem. But we are now 8 minutes into the match. We have not yet gotten a shot off, and Holstein Kiel is dominating us in possession, but that's starting to even out a little bit as we are going. This is the kind of tactic that we kind of need to like work into it in each game because it is so high-paced with the pressure and the interesting roles. You know, the defenders pushing up, especially the 2 center backs on Libero. And I mean, what do you guys think of a double Libero? I've used it before. If you've ever been in the Twitch stream, you know we used it in the Malaga save at the very beginning of FM24. I know that seemed like it was about 2 years ago, which, by the way, it was. Thrown up the side. File can't get there. Turned over, but Samir Shaheen will regain it for us. Drop me a line in the comments what you think about the double Libero. If you think that we may be playing with fire over the long term, or if we need to maybe find other players that can fit it. File in the middle. Martinovic tucks one home inside far post, and that's his first goal of the season. I don't know what's going to happen when I give my introductions and when I say the things I say in the pre-game. No idea that Dominik Martinovic was going to score a goal in this match, but I am very glad that he did, because finally Martinovic scoring and getting his scoring boots warmed up is nothing but a good thing for us. If you remember last year, we were struggling when he wasn't scoring. all of a sudden he started scoring again and we started winning again and ultimately ended up safe and stayed in the Zweite Bundesliga for another season. Do I wish we were achieving the same heights as Elversberg in real life? Absolutely. Are they using the limitations that we are with only using essentially homegrown players? Not just our youth academy. Obviously, we have expanded it out just that little bit. But for the most part, that's what we're doing. We are taking a very small player pool, and that's all we have to pick from. So we really have to nurture the talent we have. Which brings me to another topic, which we'll touch on a little bit more as we get towards the January transfer window. But because we are so limited with the players that we can get, I did, not to get myself too distracted, I did bump up my scouting budget to incorporate the world so I can see if there are any Elversberg eligible players, any Saarland born players that maybe were playing outside of Germany that we just were not seeing in our scouting. And that number is very small. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. It's incredibly small. But I like keeping my options open. But because we have such a small player pool, I am very hesitant to sell players. Mikhail Rakowski, was that an offside? Please tell me that Marshvinsky was offside. VAR. You're not helping me here. Oh, see, that was one that probably should not have gone in. I mean, he was all alone. There were bodies in front. I think Schreiber could have gotten it. I think maybe Ballas could have done a better job of getting his foot on that. But we find ourselves even as we hit the 30-minute mark of this match. So selling a player that could potentially play for us, I'm very hesitant to do because I just don't know where that next player is going to come from. So far, we have had relatively weak youth intakes. Now, Darkhan Akhmedov is a product of our youth system. So every once in a while, we get a useful player that comes through, and we'll take a little peek at him. I don't want the episode to be too long, but we will take a little peek at him at halftime here as we sneak through. So Akhmedov, before we get in there, he's not bad. His marking, tackling have improved since he was a youngster. His technique is going up. Great. He shows great leadership. He's getting a little bit faster. He's only 5'5", which makes me cringe a little bit, but that's why we have 3 large center backs in the middle. So I think we're covered on any of those back post crosses. At least we are for the most part. So he is showing improvement. He now knocks the ball, or he's working on knocking the ball past his opponent so he can be a little bit more useful going up. His dribbling's still not great, but we are hoping to work on that as well. I mean, in his training, we are working on the defensive positioning right now. We do need to work on his ball control. We had him doing it for a little bit, but we wanted to make sure some of his more core attributes were tended to first. And hopefully, if he's able to develop that trait, maybe it will bring his dribbling attribute along with it. I don't know. I'm pretty new to using traits. This is the first time that I've really delved in and actively attempted to add player traits. And the momentum of this match is definitely going the way of Holstein Kiel. But we did have the lead for a while. Schmidt playing in around the side. He's got Akhmedov with some time and space, kind of taking his time. Don't love that. Schmidt into the middle, right to Berhardsen. That was awful. But then Holstein Kiel just turns it right back over to Ballas. So I guess no harm, no foul. Up to Gindorf. Around the side, Martinovic is in. Martinovic shoots. And I believe that Wiener got a hand on it. Should it be Wiener? If it's the true German pronunciation, yeah, Gindorf in. That one's going to go through, and Fellhauer is going to push Sterner down. So free kick to Holstein Kiel. Let's drop the intensity down to balanced for a little bit and see if maybe that has any impact. We may need to tweak something else, because I want to make sure that we have just that little bit extra of the ball. And I thought that was going to go over, but it ended up hitting the crossbar. But off of the goal kick, let's see if we can move it forward. Zickinger's got it. Playing it over Martinovic, beat your man, put it in the middle, he does, and he finds Patrick Schmidt. A goal on his debut. It's Holstein Kiel 1, ELVERSBERG 2. Schmidt already paying dividends in a different way than Kai Brunker did. Brunker used his head for both of the goals that he scored. This time, Schmidt just gets some separation from the center back. Beautiful pass across. Great vision by Martinovic to know that his strike partner was there. And a very easy finish for Patrick Schmidt. Proving that the old guys can still get up and down the pitch when you really need them to. Let's add to it. We're up in 4th right now on the live table on 12 points, which is roughly a third of what we got all of last season. We still have a lot of football to play. Gindorf, his shot, nice save made by Wiener. I'll call him Wiener. I'll Americanize Wiener. He'll be Wiener. We're going to Americanize the heck out of it. 20 minutes left to go. Akhmedov not having the greatest match, so Joshua Mies is going to take his place. Yannick Rochelt, just coming back from injury, will be replaced by Paul Henrich. We are absolutely looking fantastic at the striker, and defensively, we're okay as well. Florian Ballas not having the greatest game, but he's also not really been a liability out there. Sometimes when you have the 3 center backs, there's just not a lot for the one of them to do. But I think dropping down the intensity has certainly helped us. Now, I would like to kind of go into more of a defensive mode for the final 15 minutes of this match, but history has proven to me that that may not be the best thing to do. Because that really means we're taking our foot off of the gas. Cross sent in, but Schreiber is the only one who is there. The one thing, let's do time wasting. We'll knock the tempo down a little bit, but I'm not going to change any of the defensive roles. I think we are good where we are. And we did get a note from our assistant that maybe we should sub out Florian Ballas, so we will do that. And Robin Zentner is going to come in. I hate to say it, but Aaron Manu is kind of my odd man out. And it was thinking of him that gave me that, should we start to maybe call the squad? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. So leave a comment down below whether we should just stay as we are and hope for the best, or if maybe the time to trim some of our dead weight has come. Played across. It misses 2 men. And Holstein Kiel looking to go on the counter, but Bernardson needs to settle that down. Carrera up for Sterner, sending it long. Can he find Vogby? He can. Oh, God. Vogby's in. Centers it to Arp. What a block, and Mies will clear it. I think that was Robin Zentner making himself felt in the early going. Long throw. And we have gone to the long throw-ins. I'm not sure if I touched on that in the last episode. Just, again, to try to get the ball into the box a little bit more. Give ourselves a little bit more of a fighting chance. Obviously, if it's a terrible throw-in, that really doesn't do the job. Can we get one more in the late going? Mies taking it deep, playing it in the box. Henrich across. He's got manual file. Wiener able to get his hands on it. 4 minutes are going to be added on, and we are going to have another corner. I think Lars Gindorf is taking it. In-swinger this time. Now, we have it set for in-swinger deliveries, but Gindorf does tend to do out-swingers from the other side, which I'm not sure why. Sickinger can't get his head on it. It's clear, but Henrich tracks it down. Let's recycle it quickly, please. Carrera knocks it away. Fellhauer, again, up for Mies, trying to move his way in. Taken out by Bernardson, and Sterner will take over. Still 4 minutes to go. We've just hit the end of the 90. Ball played into the middle. Gindorf, great defensive play. File finds Martinovic. He gets past his man, taking it wide in the middle, looking for Schmidt, and Carrera will deal with that fairly easily. Schmidt didn't really get off the ground in the way that he probably should have. But another corner for Gindorf. I just feel that third goal coming, especially because we haven't scored on a set piece yet. We've gotten a lot of set piece goals so far. I think we're already up to 3 corner goals this year, which we only scored 8 all of last year. So again, market improvements on the offensive end is what we were looking for coming into this season. Manual file, there it is. He's got it. Wiener couldn't get there fast enough this time. Ball played over. Gindorf to file. It's Holstein Kiel 1, ELVERSBERG 3, and we are cruising to yet another victory here in this season. But the match is not yet done. Oh, there's sometimes I wish I could edit, but no, that's not what we're doing with this save. Oh, great takeaway. Mies has got it. Schmidt, Gindorf finds Henrich in behind the defense. Henrich, can he get up there? Henrich shoots and just misses it wide. I think he was good for a goal there and just sadly couldn't make it happen. Straight out wide. They're really going for it now, so they're going to be lumping it forward. I think we're going to have great opportunities to get it back. One of the things with the tactic is I find that we're just all over the place, but in the best way possible. I think we are making more defensive plays. There are a couple of times where we do get caught out on the break. Guys get behind our defensive line. It happens to each and every team, but I think because we are so free-flowing with the dual libero and with the complete wingback on one side and the wingback on attack on the other side, I really think that has allowed us to make more defensive plays because we have guys who are being much more aggressive on the ball. 7 games played, 12 points on the board. We are in 4th place. We're only 6 points clear of safety, so let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Still a lot of football left to play in this season. But we are also 1 point away, because we've got the goal difference on Van Wiesbaden. We are 1 point away from an automatic promotion slot. I already told you we are coming back with our second round of the DOB Pokal matchup. It's at home, so we're not going to get the financial benefits we could have if we were up in the Rhineland area, but Borussia Mönchengladbach in the DFB Pokal. That's the next episode. Got a handful of games to play off camera in between. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like. Tell me what you're thinking about the 5-3-2 in its current formation. Is there anything you would change? Do you love it the way it is? So far, for us, so flippin' good. I look forward to seeing you next time. Borussia Mönchengladbach is on the menu for our next episode. Until then, my friends, bye-bye.